Alrighty. It is that time of the program where we need to put someone in timeout. Who are you putting in timeout?
You know, Donna, I don't know. I don't know if we should put TikTok in timeout. Again, I feel like TikTok, we take aim on them a lot. It's where a lot of stupid trends start. Kids are like snorting cinnamon and eating laundry detergent and all sorts of weird stuff. But they're trying, they're kind of sort of trying to say we realize that kids can get a little addicted to this, as can adults, but kids, as their brains are still mushy, they can just find themselves scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. And so now they have introduced a new feature. If you are under 18 when you sign up for your account on TikTok, and if in your local time zone you happen to be on TikTok after 10 p.m., you'll then see an alert in your For You feed that offers guided meditation to help you fall asleep. And then if they keep scrolling, Donna, they get hit with a second prompt that fills the whole screen.
Oh my gosh. Okay. That's kind of funny, actually. It's not going to work.
It already doesn't work. TikTok's parent company, ByteDance, says they tested the feature with a handful of teenagers this year. Only 2% turned the feature off. So 2% were like hating it. The others kept it, but they didn't say like, hey, we have 70% of people who now meditate and then fall asleep. I think what you do is you probably watch it. You feel a little calmer. And then you swipe your thumb again. And now we're scrolling again. And we're scrolling. And we're scrolling. And it's late.
What time do your kids go to bed? Because 10 o'clock does not seem very late to me for a teenager.
You know, my 12-year-old just said, when I said, all right, bud, why don't you head up to bed? And he said, my bedtime's not till 10. I said, I don't remember making a declaration that your bedtime is 10 p.m., sir. It started to bleed. Any parents out there know what I'm talking about? You come in hot to trot early in your parenting career. When it's time to get the kids to bed, we want there to be a routine and we're going to help them stay balanced. The older they get, and I guess maybe the more kids you have, there's various shifts of bedtimes that are happening. When they're all young, it's like, okay, 8 o'clock, good night, everybody. I mean, there was a kid last night who was up. I was like, hey, honey, it's 11:13. We should go to bed now. But there was still activity happening down here.
So what you mean is you should go to bed so I can watch TV.
That's what I mean.
Have a beverage if you choose.
Yeah, and just maybe
like I need some me time.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Because I found when my kids are in the room with me, and I love them to pieces, Donna, but when they're in the room with me, even when we're watching the show, there are a lot of questions. There's a lot of talking. You'd hate it, Donna. You wouldn't survive for sure a week in this house.
I'm already getting anxiety from you talking about it. Yeah.
A lot of questions.
I don't know how parents... I don't know how you guys do it, honestly. When kids are like, Mom, blah, 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 blah. And you're talking to the parent and you're like, how do you not hear what's happening? Like, because you guys have these superpowers where you can shut that out.
Not all parents have it equally. Usually one parent has it more than the other. So Lou, my wife, can tune out like consistent mom. And I'm like, honey, you have to adjust that. There's an alarm going off. Someone has to turn off the smoke alarm before I can focus again. But she hears it so much. And her point is, if I stopped every time someone was rudely trying to jump in and get my attention, I'd never get anywhere. So, but she can block it out better than I can. It gets to me. Yeah. I find I just want to yell the words calm down a lot more often in a day than she does.
To the children.
Anyone within earshot.
Okay, don't say that to your wife.
Okay, sorry. I want her to have her voice. She is woman. Hear her roar. Hey, Holly, I put this in late, but down at the bottom there is a funny example of maybe what this meditation feature could look like that TikTok is introducing. Again, if you're under 18, you're on, it's after 10 o'clock, you'll get a little, hey, maybe time to meditate and fall asleep and not keep scrolling TikTok all night. Here is a little example of what AI came up with for a meditation offered by TikTok.
Breathe in, breathe out. Just please don't swallow any Tide Pods. Feel your screen time melting away like your attention span. But keep your phone still. We're counting this as mindfulness. Notice each passing thought. If one of them is trying the Skullcracker challenge, let it float downstream and out of Wi-Fi range. Now, slowly open your eyes and resist the primal urge to film yourself parkouring off the garage roof. Namaste, and litigate another day.
That's cute.
I heard a guy, that Jonathan Haidt, who wrote the book The Anxious Generation, where he just mounts a big and convincing data-driven case against kids being on social media and it being bad for them. Mm-hmm. I heard him in an interview recently saying, like, we really aimed at the kids and social media, but he has come to understand that society at large, all sorts of age ranges, it has caused such caused a very fragmented presence, a fragmented ability to think and ponder and be on one thing. That, in short, yes, it really harms kids when it goes unchecked, but everybody is suffering from the fallout effects of quick form, short form entertainment on social media platforms and getting too much of it.
Right. You know, it's funny. I went to drop my dog off at my next door neighbor's house, Susie, and she opens the door and she's like, I was just watching you and Steve on Reels. And I'm like, Reels? Like, I thought she meant the
Reels channel.
The old channel. And she was like, no. She's like, I'm all the way back to Thanksgiving right now. She's like, I was watching this one, then I was watching that video of you, then this video. She's like, I'm supposed to be getting ready right now. But instead, I'm sitting on the couch scrolling and looking at this. So it affects everybody.
There we go. Thank
and
you,
if you're
Susie.
Scrolling, may we recommend you scroll us? Thank you.
Donna, real quick, would you ever sleep on a cliff bed 330 feet above the ground?
You already know the answer to that question.
What if I told you I could get you a deal? It only costs $13.50. You're not going to fall. They do have you harnessed in.
No.
And then what you do is you lay down on this mattress that is essentially attached to a tree high above the ground on the side of a cliff.
No, I'm looking at it. I can't. No.
Come on,
no,
Donna.
Would you ever do that?
No. That's why I was posing it to you, so I didn't have to reveal my fear. No, harness or not, I don't like ledges in general. In fact, if I ever become president, I'm getting rid of all ledges.
Okay.
Can I count on your vote?
Yes.